3 million is a big number, and that's how many people visit Nassau, Bahamas each and every single year. And most of them do so by way of a cruise ship. And you're probably gonna visit Nassau pretty soon, and you're wondering what to do once you get there. Most people who get here only have 1 or 2 days, and they want to make the most use of their time. My job here, and what this video is going to do, is help you understand exactly what to expect. How can you spend your time wisely and do it safely? Is it safe inside the port area? What can you expect when you go out, and what are some of the things that you do and see that are very close by? So stay tuned as I take a full, complete, and comprehensive tour with you in Nassau, Bahamas, and this is especially for you if you're going to be here for only 1 or 2 days. So stay tuned. I have a lot in store. There are some things I wish before I went I knew, and there's some things I think that will be very helpful to you. So stay tuned. My first tip for you is to get off the boat early. You'll see a lot of people lined up here, and these people are waiting for their excursion. There are more excursions offered here than likely anywhere else in the Caribbean because it's the busiest port in the Caribbean. So you want to get off early to get your day started. As you can see, the port can carry as many as 5 ships, and this port right now is full. It's typically full, so expect a large crowd when you get here. As you exit the boat, you'll come across a fenced-in town. It'll look make-believe. Now, if you're not new to the Bahamas, this may look new to you. That's because it's a brand new port. Now, the first Bahamians you'll see are going to be ones that are offering you excursions. Many of these excursions are identical to the ones that are offered aboard the cruise ship. The only difference is that these are offered at a sharply discounted price, and I'll explain why that is in just a moment. There are 2 benefits to buying an excursion that's offered aboard the cruise ship. Number 1, it has a proven track record of guest satisfaction. That's number 1. Number 2 is the boat will not leave if for whatever reason the excursion gets you back to the boat late. As long as it's a ship excursion, they will wait for you. But if you buy an excursion that's offered outside of the cruise ship, well, if you get to the port late, the boat will absolutely leave you. So the big lesson here, do not miss the boat. You'll find more excursions offered at the Bahamas than most anywhere else in the Caribbean. That's because it's one of their most popular ports. If you have something that you want to do, whether you buy it on the ship or outside, I absolutely recommend you do it. These are one-in-a-lifetime events, things that you will likely not end up regretting. Your biggest regret will be not doing anything or staying on the boat. Let me switch my focus and talk about what you'll see once you get off the ship. Now, earlier I said it's a fenced-in area, and it's almost like a make-believe town. It has a lot of pretty colors, everything looks brand new, and the prices here may seem like they're a little bit more expensive. It also may seem like it's the safe area, and outside of the fence area is the unsafe area, and that's not the case at all. There's a distinct difference, and this is it. This area offers items that are guaranteed locally made. So if you go inside, say the flea market, which we'll explore in just a little bit later, you'll find things that may come from Taiwan or China, even though they look like they are from the Bahamas. The big difference again in this inside area is that A, you're going to have a lot more police presence, and B, you'll find things that are authentically Bahamian. So don't feel like buying this stuff is maybe you're not supporting the economy. The exact opposite. You are supporting Bahamians and the local economy by buying stuff here. You're going to get authentic things. Let's talk about security. The reality is that crime happens everywhere, every day, somewhere. So the good thing I liked about being here is that I saw more police officers per square mile than I have ever seen in my entire life. They have these blue tops with these black and red striped pants. They're almost unmistakable you're not going to be able to miss them, and I saw them everywhere. So security is there en masse. So the entire time while I was there, I felt entirely safe. Once you leave the fenced area, you're starting to enter the local town and the local communities. You're going to have a lot more contact with Bahamians. Now, 3 million people come here every year. So reality is that the tourists are going to vastly outnumber the local Bahamians. A lot of the Bahamians here live via tourism. 50% of their economy is built around tourism. So they try not to offend or do things that will be objectionable to tourists. They know what you want, they know what you're looking for, and if you don't want it, they're usually very kind. You can move on, it's not an issue. They're not aggressive. They're very, accommodating. So don't feel that coming out into the local community is going to be a challenge. I was there for a few hours, been here several times, and I've never experienced a problem. When it comes to buying stuff, don't worry about the exchange rate. 1 American dollar is equal to 1 Bahamian dollar. The biggest challenge I would say is do not accept local currency. The reason why is because you can't take it and spend it anywhere else except for the Bahamas. And the Bahamians don't care. They'll give you American currency if you want it. They'll give you local currency if you want it. The coins look alike, so just be very careful of that. Now, there is a huge flea market, or say craft market, once you get out of the port. And they sell every single craft item you can imagine. Some of these are locally Bahamian made, others are not. Mostly, pretty much all of the woodwork that you'll see here are locally made. Oftentimes you'll see the people sitting in the craft market, knitting the basket, or doing the woodwork. So just talk to the people here, come in here. The prices are relatively reasonable. They're a lot cheaper than you'll find on the cruise ship or maybe even inside the Cage Port area. The biggest takeaway to shopping once you get outside or inside or wherever you are within the Bahamas is negotiate, negotiate, negotiate. If they tell you a price and that price doesn't sound reasonable or fair, or it's not what you want to pay, it's not offensive to ask them for a lower price. These people, though, need to feed their families and live, so don't take advantage of them. But if they offer you a price and you think, no, that dress is worth $30 and they're saying it's $40, don't be afraid to say, will you take $30 for this dress? One of the practical, guaranteed, authentic items that you'll buy in the Bahamas is going to be the woodwork material. You can actually see the people working on it as you're shopping. You know it's made with local wood and by local craftsmen. So this is a safe area. However, the woodwork is going to be probably the more expensive items because it takes a lot of man hours in order to get the stuff on the shelf. As far as communication is concerned, there may be a local accent, but everyone knows how to communicate with you because the local language is English. You'll find plenty of places to eat while you're walking in the port area. Now, if you want something that's authentic, you can find it. However, most of the food here are not going to be authentic. The folks know that American taste preferences is not the same as Bahamian. Bahamians tend to eat things that are a bit more spicy. That's not necessarily palatable to most European or American tourists. So what they do is they cater their local cuisines to suit the American palate. The further you go away from the port, the higher the chance you'll find something that's locally made and has a local taste to it. So don't be fooled by thinking if you're buying local cuisine anywhere close to the port, you're actually tasting what it tastes like. Just one word of caution, safety should always be a concern. If you find yourself in an area where there's no other tourists, be mindful. The closest beach that's within walking distance is going to be John Canoe Beach. In order to find that, just ask anybody. Most of the people who are the tourists that you see who are walking towards John Canoe Beach. Just continue to ask and they'll point you in the right direction. It's about a 15-minute walk away from the port. Overall, coming to the Bahamas is going to be a safe bet. Tourism is the lifeblood of this country. Folks here are not going to do anything that's objectionable or unconscionable to tourists because they know that they will suffer in the long run. As far as the excursions are concerned, you'll find more excursions that are offered here than anywhere else. I highly recommend find something that you like and enjoy and do it. The biggest mistake you can make in coming to Nassau Bahamas is staying aboard the cruise ship. Overall, I'll say this, the Bahamas is safe, but you should practice common sense safety. As far as the currency, negotiate. Do not accept Bahamian change. Bring your walking shoes because anywhere you get to will take some degree of effort. And lastly, like and subscribe. That's the best thing you can do to help my channel. Thanks for watching.